Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be reading The One Who Changed His Life, Part 3. And this is by, of course, marvelouswriter14. By now you're probably wondering why I am choosing to read this when you can just listen it with text to speech. Story. I read the entire story and it was really good. And well, I thought I might as well take the chance and ask the creator if I could read the story. Just thought it might give me an idea for my channel and give me something to do, I guess. Guess we can get on with part 3. Annabelle's View. Once I got to a park that is a long way away from the subway, I sat down under a tree. With where the sun is, there's plenty of shade that is keeping me away from the warm sun. My sub is laying in my lap unwrapped. Half the footlong is in one of my hands. My bag is by my side, my left arm wrapped around the strap so no one tries to steal it from me again. I took another bite of the sandwich as I watched a bunch of kids play with each other on a playground that's a little ways from me. They all look so happy, like they don't have a care in the world, like there is nothing that will ever harm them. I'm so glad they still have all their innocence. Blaine's View. I looked around the waiting room as I waited for my buddy at social services. I'm the only one that is in the waiting room, so I do not know why it is taking so long. I heard someone walk into the room. I looked up to see who I was waiting for. I got up from the seat that I was sitting in. Finally, I've been waiting for a while now, I said as I walked up to him. I looked at him before I walked to his office. I walked over to the window of his office. I can never get over this view, I said as I heard the door close, making me look over at him. What can I do for you, Blaine? He said. I pulled my phone out and showed him the picture. Do you know who this is? I asked. He grabbed my phone from my hand and looked at the picture. Yeah, I know her. What do you want to know? He said as he handed me back my phone. I turned my phone off and put it in my back pocket. Because I have a big feeling she's a zombie who is living on the streets and looks like she's starving. Now who is she? I asked. He looked at me before he walked over to his file cabinet. He opened it before pulling out one file. He put it down on his desk before sitting down. He opened the file before handing me the file. That is Annabelle Davis, he said. I looked at the picture that is on the file. It matches the girl that I'm looking for. I looked up at him before I looked down at the file, looking over the information that is under the picture of the kid. Full name, Annabelle Jane Davis. Age 13, gender, female. Time in the system, 13 years. Parents, unknown. Disabilities, PTSD, ADD, anxiety, panic attacks, anxiety attacks. Amount of foster homes, 14. Allergies, pineapple, almonds, bees. Place of birth, Seattle, Washington. Birthday, January 1st. Schooling, expelled from public school. Why was she expelled from school? I asked after I put the file on his desk. Because she was arrested for shoplifting. The school didn't feel comfortable with her being in the same building and or room with the other students, he answered. Why was she an hour away from Seattle, hitchhiking her way back here? I questioned. That's because she just got out of a correctional facility. She was in there for 5 years. She just got out of the facility, which is why you found her hitchhiking. Her social workers, Sharon and Karen, didn't pick her up from the facility or let someone pick her up. Her social workers didn't even put her in anyone's care because they don't want her to harm anyone, even though there are no reports of her being a danger to anyone, he said. I looked up at him, then back at the picture of the teenager. Yeah, well, she may play for Team Z, and she is living on the streets with no source of food that will keep her from killing people and getting caught. How long will it take for adoption papers to go through? I asked. Annabelle's view. Took one last bite of my sandwich, and as I saw a man staring at me, I started to feel uneasy. I balled the bag that the sandwich was in up before I got up from the spot under the tree. I put my bag on my back before I walked away from the park, trying to get away from the man that would not stop staring at me while I ate my sandwich. After I threw the subway bag away, I took my bag off. I opened one of the pouches in my bag before pulling out my wallet. I opened it before I looked around the place, before I pulled out the money I took from the stranger's wallet. Put the money in my wallet before putting it in my empty pocket. I closed my backpack before I got up from the ground. I put the bag on my back before I looked around the place, trying to figure out what I can do. I looked behind me to see a man looking at me. That man just appears to be the same man that was looking at me when I was at the park. I turned and started to walk the other way. I started to think of a public place that I could go to be safe from the man that is following me. The first place that I saw was the library. I knew there was no other place that was close to where I am other than the public library. I had started to love reading. I have ever done it before I went to the correction facility, but in my downtime, that is all I did. All I did was read. Well, whenever I wasn't put in a timeout, which is when you get put in a cell all by yourself with nothing to do. Just you. When I got inside the library, I got a few looks. Maybe because it's not easy to find a shower when you are living on the streets. I looked at them before I walked up to the main counter. Hey, hon, what can I do for you? The older lady from behind the counter asked. I'd like to get a library card, please, I said. She smiled at me. All right, then, she said as she started to type in the computer that is on the counter. Okay, I need your name to put on the card, she said. Annabelle Davis, I answered. That is a pretty name, the lady said, as she was about to put it into the system. How do you spell that, hon? She asked. Annabell, I spelled. She nodded her head as she typed my name. All right, would you like a card or one that will go on a keychain? She asked. Can I have one of both, just in case I lose my wallet? I asked her. She looked at me and nodded her head. Wow, 8 minutes in. That is a long story to read. Well, I hope you guys liked the story. Please tell me if you like the story so far. If you want to, you can give it a like. You can subscribe if you want. I don't really care. And turn on those post notifications if you would like to. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.